Scrapbookers, this is Megan, and I am back today on this Monday with a For the Love of Homemade Kits layout. So I have these two photos of myself, and I felt like the colors went really well with this kit. So these were taken back in September of last year, and I was getting all dressed up and made up for an interview at work. It was an internal interview. So where I work, I'm a phlebotomist, and you can apply internally to get different positions after becoming a phlebotomist. So there's like advanced, there's lead, there's tech lead, there's like all different kinds of positions. And so I was applying for advanced, and yeah, that's why I was all dressed up. And I thought this would be a good layout to kind of talk about that part of my life. So here you can see I've pulled out a stamp set, and at first I layered the photo on a kind of orangey pinky color, and then I was going to layer it on this blue. It's like a medium blue, but it felt a little bare and boring. So I decided to pull out this close to my heart stamp that I had put in my kit, and I am going to stamp up the background of this blue paper, which turns out so awesome, and I absolutely love it. It takes forever though, so I'm not going to keep all of this in here. I'm just kind of showing you how I started doing it, and it's not perfect. And I just decided, I'm just going to live with it, and you can't even tell that it's not perfect. I love it. So the ink pad that I'm using is Lagoon by Close to My Heart, and I absolutely love this color. It looks so perfect on this medium blue paper. Here you can see I'm all done, and now I'm just matting the photos to the blue paper. And I'm trying to decide how I want to layer my photos, because I knew I kind of wanted them overlapping and kind of angled a little bit. So I'm going to kind of play around with that a little bit during the process video. Okay, so now what I am doing is I am cutting out these flowers from this background paper. This is the paper that I based the whole kit around, and I knew when I made this kit that I was going to fussy cut these flowers out, and this layout was totally perfect for this. So these are going to be the main embellishments, and I do pull a few embellishments from the ones that I pulled from my stash for this kit, but not a crazy lot. The main embellishment are these flowers. Now here I am going to use some of my acrylic paint. So I had to totally clean out this paint because it had like dried to the top. It wasn't like completely dried over, but it was not easy to peel off. So I had to spend a little time cleaning that up. In the end, I decided to make it a little thicker, and I used some of this light modeling paste, and I just kind of mixed it in. And then I am going to use my stencil. This is a stencil that I got and am doing as kind of like a product review from In Love Arts. I will try to remember to leave a link below so that if you're interested in looking into this company, you can find them. So I'll leave a link below to that review video. But that is where I got this stencil from, and I really like this stencil. It's really easy to use, and it's very good quality. So I'm quite impressed. So I am just using this stencil on the bottom half of the layout, and that works out really, really well. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to work on the rest of the layout while this dries. Okay, now here I pull out the washi tape that I picked out for this kit. It is a gray and it just has polka dots on it. I was having the hardest time peeling it off and not ripping it, so I decided I was okay with the ripped look and I'm just gonna go from there. So now I'm pulling out some embellishments and I'm just gonna start placing them on my desk, and then I'm gonna start kind of mocking up my layout how I want it to look after the background dries. So here I'm just placing everything towards the bottom that I want to be there. I really like this Let's Do This, but it's gold and it didn't really go along with the gray look of everything. So I'm going to leave it there, but in the end I decide not to use it. So here you can see I pulled it off. Now I'm going to start pulling in all of these florals and placing them around the layout. So I'm going to do a cluster in that bottom right hand corner with a journaling tag. Then I'm going to do another cluster in the top left of the photo. And then I'm going to do another cluster in the top right of the layout corner. And now I have decided to use this alpha, and my title is just going to be Interview Ready. And they are American Crafts chipboard, so I am going to have to spend some time gluing them down, which is always kind of annoying, but oh well. So I love how this looks. It's turning out exactly how I want it to, and I'm going to pull in my background now. The acrylic paint actually dried really, really fast, which is kind of nice. When you're using acrylic paint, it dries pretty fast, so it's one of the nice mixed medias to use. Now I'm placing the strip of washi tape down there at the bottom. That works out perfect. It was perfectly the right size. Perfectly perfect. Sorry. And I'm just going to start placing everything down and gluing things down as I go. I'm trying to think about the layers and what needs to go down first, which is sometimes the hardest part when you have everything already laid out how you want it, and then you have to pick it up and you're like, wait a minute, does this need to be under or on top? And so it was kind of a lot of just figuring that out. But this is the end of the layout. I do stamp the date on that little date tag above the photos, which was September 19th, 2019. And I also will add some journaling just about how Hannah was still visiting when I had the interview, but she helped me pick out my outfit, and I did my hair and makeup. And yeah, that is this layout. I hope that you enjoyed this process. Make sure that you check out the playlist below. We have a new playlist for February where all of the ladies are going to be posting their links so that you can find all of us in one place. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!